Yeah, I have no idea what to expect.
Shoes off in here?
No shoes off.
Oh, shit.
What's up, Vsauce? Michael here. And what would happen to you if you lost all your senses? I'm just kidding. But I did go to the same high school as Vsauce, so that makes me 1/100th related to his intelligence, I hope. We're gonna be talking about senses. Why do we need them? And no, I'm not talking about if you know you got like COVID and you lost your sense of smell or your taste. No, I'm saying like, what if you lost all of it? What would happen to you? Like, can we live without our senses? In today's age, literally with phones and scrolling through TikTok like it's no tomorrow, we as humans get super bored. I feel like with so much stimulation and so much information, so much content to consume, we're almost never bored. And if we like want to, we can have something like a full-on movie in our hands within seconds. There is no such thing really, I feel like, as boredom in today's age. So what if we forced boredom? In doing some research for this video, I realized that people will actually prefer any sort of stimulus besides boredom. It's crazy, there's a bunch of studies even that people will choose to feel pain over being bored. Like if you told someone to just sit there and do nothing for 30 minutes, or you can choose to like zap yourself, people usually choose to zap themselves. Why? Because we want stimulus, we want things happening. We're like, oh my god, I need to do something, come on man. Experiments all across the board say that like boredom kills, loneliness kills, isolation kills. It makes you kind of go a little crazy. You want to do something, you want to do anything, even if it is painful, which is weird. So today I'm gonna do exactly that. Colby and I are gonna go do an experiment where we completely deprive our bodies of all of our senses and see what happens. We might, you know, implode. I don't know. Probably not that severe, but hey, we're gonna try it out. But first, why is isolation so scary? Some would say that isolation and lack of stimulus and boredom is a form of torture. No wonder that the scariest of all jail sentences is solitary confinement. Being with nothing, no light, in an area where there's nothing to do. It is so torturous because you are just there with yourself and your own thoughts. And some people think that that's not healthy in the slightest. I think most people think that's not healthy in the slightest. Actually, psychologists say that being in a confined room with zero stimulus for a long period of time can actually cause brain damage. One, why do we do it? I don't know, that's probably not a good idea. I don't know, even if it is a jail sentence, I just feel like humans are not supposed to do that. Actually, I found this crazy room in the United States, which I might end up going to soon to try it out. It is called the world's quietest room. Like, it's so quiet in this room that you can hear your own heartbeat. Yeah, like try to do that right now. There ain't no frickin' way, man. Even sitting around in your own room, there's like weird noises, like AC, like your phone, the street behind you, like that type of thing. But this is so quiet that people freak out. The single longest time that someone has stayed in this world's quietest room is only 45 minutes before they plead to get out. Like, that is how insane quietness and lack of stimulus, even to just hearing, makes you. People say that sensory deprivation can cause like hallucinations or panic attacks. Memories can change, like you don't remember things the same way, or like your thoughts are so sporadic. Even cases of disassociation can occur where you literally don't know what's real and what's fake. My point is that long-term sensory deprivation is not good. Long-term isolation is not good. It can have some horrible side effects and it can make you do some weird freaking things up in your brainal region. However, and what we're going to test today is apparently it is good to do in small doses. So I found the sensory deprivation chamber, basically just a freaking cube that you float in. And I signed me and Colby up and we're gonna go do it. But yeah, basically what this thing is gonna be is we're gonna go into this futuristic looking cube thing and we're just gonna float for an hour. But by floating in a quiet, dark room where the water is the same temperature as your own skin, you start to stop feeling everything. Because think about it, you can't hear, you can't see, you can't feel because you're floating on nothing. It feels like you don't have gravity. It's basically the closest you can get to like ripping yourself of your own senses. And apparently it's supposed to be good for you. It's like a therapy. I don't know, a lot of people say that you're supposed to lose your mind every once in a while, so here we go. Hopefully we're going for breakthroughs or a clearer mind or just relaxation or something like that. I don't really know what to expect, but that's why we're gonna do some experimentes. Let's get it. Alright guys, about an hour later, got Colby here. Are you ready to freaking soak?
I'm soaking already.
Alright, sounds good. So do you know what a sensory deprivation tank is?
I'm assuming it's a tank that deprives your senses?
Something like that. We get to get naked. Take
Wait,
shot.
completely
What?
naked?
Completely, and they have cameras in there.
Fuck, you're gonna see my little squirtle.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I have no idea what to expect, but I just hope that we get some clarity and some happiness out of this, because I'm pissed off right now. Shoes off in here?
No shoes off before we go back.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, I was just trying to give you the whole spiel in here, but
Oh my god.
essentially what happens is you guys are floating in about 10 inches of water with over 1,000 pounds of magnesium Epsom salt. So what I tell everyone for the first time is that you really couldn't sink if you tried. So you have 5 minutes before the session starts. Take my clothes off, get a nice rinse, hop in the tub, you'll have your full hour.
Do people ever just like fall asleep?
Yeah, I fall asleep in here. Definitely fall asleep. Your body reaches what's called a theta state inside of the float tank, and it's kind of like if you've ever been falling asleep on your bed and you kind of twitch a little bit.
Yeah.
That's right before
So
you
we'll twitch in there like pretty hard?
Yeah. You do
Nice.
feel it a little bit. If you're kind of in the zone, it's almost funny how easily you float.
Do people like freak out in these types of things?
You know, a lot of people ask that question. They're like, "Am I gonna freak out? It's just me and my thoughts. Like, what's happening?" And I thought the same thing when I first started, but no, not really. This room is exactly the same, just mirrored.
I'll see this one too. Oh yeah, dude, this looks so futuristic.
Alrighty, I'll see y'all on the other side.
All right, thanks, man.
Oh man.
The inner demons are gonna come out. Real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so let's try it. Whoa. All right, I'm getting in. It's like a freaking hot tub in here. Here's the lights, music, and apparently it's completely soundproof and everything. Here goes nothing. Let's go float. This is so salty. Okay, I just finished my hour. Initial thoughts. Super peaceful, super needed. Back in real world. We just went to a Dreamland for a little while.
Holy
Actually, do you think so?
goddamn. Yo, that was crazy. So first of all, he said that if we wanted to, we had those little earplugs.
Yeah.
And so I wore those, turned off all the lights, didn't listen to any music, and just floated there and tried not to touch like any part of my body at all. So I was just like this. And it's so crazy because it's so dark in there that's like you open your eyes and it looks the same as like.
Yeah, dude, I had my eyes open most of the time. Because it was the same thing. Like eyes closed, eyes open. I had the same thing. I just felt normal just looking up.
Oh man. But okay, before we explain like what we saw or like experience wise, like did that feel like an hour to you?
It almost felt like more.
It felt like an eternity.
I got bored. I had so many things to think about, but then at the same time I was also like, have I been in here for like a really long time? I just feel like time is moving super slow.
Sometimes when I could just like forget about time and just like think or drift off or honestly not think about anything and just kind of like exist. And then there was other times where I was like laying there and I was like, but I had one really weird experience happen to me. I had my eyes open and closed, and I could still see the same thing. It was black. But like, you know, like when you rub your eyes and close your eyes, you can see kind of like
stars, you know, like
pixelated, like purple.
Yeah, and then they just like move places and stuff.
Yeah. If you like look into a light for a long time, then look to a black place, darker setting, and there's like that,
like,
you know, the leftover
blotches and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely.
I started seeing purple things like everywhere, and then like I could use my mind to like control what they turned into.
What? So you were controlling hallucinations with your mind?
There was these like purple stars flying everywhere, and then I would just see like random images that they would turn into. Like it would turn into like a bird, and then like a scary ass face, but
what
then
the fuck,
Jesus with the thorn crown like on his head, like oh.
Wait,
like,
actually?
I swear to God.
Was it like hallucinations?
Yeah.
Like very vivid?
No. See, it was like the opposite. It was just like vague like faces, and they would disappear and turn into something else. It wasn't like any detail.
That's kind of horrifying. Halfway in a dream state, or were you just like so concentrated?
I think I was halfway in like just a dream state of just like accepting it. Like I wasn't trying to figure out what I was experiencing. I was just kind of like looking, and it just like seemed like those little purple things. But there was also times where images would just pop up randomly. Like I would see like birds.
There's so many times where I would be thinking of a place and I felt like I was in there, and then I kind of like came to a little bit and I was like, oh, I'm floating. Dude, I thought I was in Cerro Gordo at one point. I thought I was like playing basketball with like everybody at one point. I was like, oh shit, now I'm just chilling here like in a freaking bath.
I noticed it was super easy to like imagine. I thought about everything. I thought about like work, like people in my life, like trips we're gonna take in the future. Like, I thought about everything.
Everything?
Literally everything. But then there was also a time where I sat there and I tried not to think about anything, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna try for the next like 10 minutes to just breathe.
To me, I thought I was gonna go into this being like, I'm gonna fall asleep immediately. But I was so awake.
Yeah, I was pretty awake too. I never felt tired.
But I kept going on and off music. The first like 15 minutes, maybe I had music, then I cut it off for like 15 minutes, and then I'd like go back and forth. Every time I'd have music on for a long time, and then like cut it off, I felt like I was nothing. I'm just darkness right now.
See, it took me a while to get to the point of like hallucinations. Like, I turned on music for maybe like the first like 2 minutes, and that was it. And then I turned it off for the rest of the hour. So it was like 20 minutes in when I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Dude, that's crazy, because
Yeah.
I've researched people in very minor cases have like hallucinations or like things happen or like see things. And then as we were walking out, I didn't record it because it was like the main guy. He was saying that he had a client here that apparently she had a partner that had just died. And when she went into this, her hallucination was her partner coming back and talking to her as if it was like a paranormal thing.
Yeah. I saw scary faces at some points, creepy ass skulls, just like super scary, but then I also saw really beautiful animals.
Dude, the fact that you saw so much stuff, that's crazy.
Probably around the 45 to 50 minute mark. I thought that I forgot to lock the door and that the guy came in and turned on the lights, because I had my eyes open and it looked like light came into my tank or whatever.
Yeah?
And it was so bad to the point where I sat up, took my earplugs out, and then realized that like there was nobody there, and I went pitch black again.
Wait, so the lights were on?
No.
Or they weren't?
They never turned on.
Oh, so you hallucinated the fact that it turned on?
Yeah.
That's super weird. Yeah, I had nothing like that. I was just super relaxed. And then right at the end, I should not have done this, but when I was getting out, I first immediately wiped my face, and then like the water dripped down into my mouth. And that is the single saltiest water I've ever tasted ever.
When you first opened the tank and like saw light again and stuff, like turned on the lights, like were you laughing too? Because I thought I was crazy, but I was like, holy shit.
It's like, it's a whole new world. After such a long time, I almost laughed at myself saying, what am I doing with my life? I'm sitting here in the middle of West Hollywood, naked in a tank of water with a bunch of other people in this facility.
I think it's just like meditation in like the toppest form.
I was like, wait, this is just like extreme meditation. It is like forcing you to feel nothing. I could hear the heartbeat in my ear. Could you hear that?
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it was just like thunk, thunk, thunk. I was like counting my breaths, counting my heartbeats. I was like, this is crazy. Like, I don't think I would be able to play like super loud music right now.
Yeah, right
I just
now,
kinda
even
go,
like the voices right now, I'm like, ah.
there's so much going on. So, well, yeah, with that being said, go check him out, like the video, and I'll see you next week with another one. It can have some horrible side effects and horrible things done.